He's like pretty consistently popping up here and there.
He's solid, man. Back here into game number 2. We have over here in the upper left. Down here in the south, in the center, he is.
I am Squirtle.
All right. So, Tasteless.
What's up, Artosis?
Have you had any super standout matches that you liked from the last couple weeks of Code?
There were a lot of great ones. But at this point in time, they're all a blur in my mind, Artosis. And I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what. It was so funny because, you know, obviously Wolf and I casted all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were walking to the subway after. And there was like really good matches yesterday. But as we were walking to the subway, I looked at him and I said, if you put a gun to my head and asked me to describe one game that I commentated today, I could not do it.
This has happened to me. This has happened to me before, too, where I've casted so many back-to-back. And I'm like, well, I mean, there were ones that were good, but...
Yeah.
It's all a blur, man.
Yeah, totally. It's just so funny because literally last night I was talking to Wolf about that. Anyways, I'm sure Wolf is feeling that too. This is his one day off for like the next 2 weeks.
I think this month Wolf has worked more than he's ever worked in his entire life.
Yeah.
Like combined.
Put together, like for all the other seasons. Like
he is casting so much nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Squirtle, unfortunately, scouting in the incorrect location, the spawning location where Heck is not, which means there's a high chance Squirtle's not going to be able to get any valuable intel here. Looking inside of Hack's base, he'll have to use the outside, the exterior, and evaluate what's happening from there.
Well, you know, when he gets over there, we could see, it looks like it's a Reaper opening here from Hack, so... It's definitely a possibility that he'll just lose the probe, but sometimes you keep the probe out if you did not scout Terran first, and you go in after the Reapers left the base, which is, you know, a timing that Protosses know pretty well at this point because Reaper is just such a popular opening. But no, he's just going to go straight up, which means this probe should end up dying.
Okay, the probe is going to pop up there. Now, note that the Reaper is not actually going for that probe. But he will know for sure there's going to be a quick expand here. I think this is a much safer opener from Hack. Definitely making a few adjustments from the previous game when he realizes, okay, I got caught off guard there. I need to play a little bit more properly. I do a little bit more scouting. Nice Nexus plant. The SCV unable to block.
And up comes this Reaper. He wants to see if he can get some kills over here. He did skip killing that other probe, so looks like, no, he won't. And that's pretty common. Generally speaking, you don't get any SCV kills, or any probe kills, rather, with that first Reaper.
So the Reaper's now going to back out. And this will just go into a very standard game so far. We have additional barracks being made right now. Yeah, neither player will be able to hurt the other one for a little bit. You been playing any good games lately, Artosis?
I have. On the subway rides, I've been trying to get through Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the DS. Really fun RPG.
Is that
really,
a tactical
really
RPG, or is that just an RPG?
Just an RPG. It's really cool. It's like a super fun game. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely a must-play for anyone that has a DS.
You haven't played Dark Souls yet, right?
No.
I've been playing Dark Souls, man.
Oh, but the other game I've been playing is Mario World 3D for the Wii U.
I've heard that's amazing.
It's amazingly good.
I still got to get a Wii, man.
Been playing it with Tara. She got mad at me and started throwing me off the cliffs.
Can you do that in this?
You can.
Just chuck them off. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
We got Warp Gate about halfway done, and there's a Stargate almost finished here.
Yeah, you know, I really do like these Stargate openers from Protoss. I wonder what he's going to go with the Stargate, though, because you can go Twilight or you can go Robo with it.
Going to get one kill here on that probe and then back out. Nicely done there.
Yeah, that was real well done. Not only that, he got to see the no gases, so that's important. And
yeah, very important.
That scan does see an Oracle being made.
So now, obviously, Hack's just going to have to get back to covering his minerals to make sure that Oracle can't do any extra damage.
I'm sure he'll get a turret up in each line. You know, you can't mess around against an Oracle. They just kill SCVs way too quickly.
All right, Stim is now being upgraded. Once that Stim upgrade's done, that's going to be a huge tipping point for where Terran's going to have a lot more control in this game. The stim as well as the medevacs, the 2 moments where Terran really gets a leg up and gets a lot more map control and mobility.
Indeed, and you know, this map in particular, it's a map where if you look at the possible third bases that you can take, they're both far enough away. You have to be so careful when you take it. But we do have this Oracle going to the main base. Getting a couple kills. Very good micro there by Squirtle.
All right, the Oracle going to try to loop around now. Ideally, you want to get about 4 kills or more with the Oracle. I don't think that's going to happen this time around. That was good due to the good scouting there by Hack. I mean, once you see that Oracle coming, it's not going to be that hard to stop. You know, the goal with the Oracle is to catch them off guard. And then from there, the Oracle's actually fantastic at scouting. It's so fast. Plus, if Terran ever leaves his base and it's not protected, you fly back in there with the Oracle, you're going to get a lot of kills. It's really an all-purpose unit.
Yeah, it's super useful overall. You know, I really like this, by the way, going for some Phoenixes. I think if he gets like 3 Phoenixes at least, I would say. It doesn't probably want to get too many, unless he actually wants to go Phoenix Colossus. But getting some Phoenixes on this map can be important. Look at all that airspace to the left-hand side of this main base. Like, this is just such a map that you're going to want to drop on your opponent, you know?
Yeah, any map like this where you have a big, large main that's hard to cover, that's going to be pretty effective. See the Oracle now flying around here. And again, just checking the perimeter, seeing if there's anything else he can note. He saw that 1 engineering bay. Was the second engineering bay not by the first one? Where?
I don't know if he has a second one.
Excuse me. I thought for a second, yeah, I thought he had 2 engineering bays. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, he separated them. He's not going to see 2, but never mind. Anyways, Terran Army now moving out here, down to the middle of the map. And it looks like, you know, he's going to try to put some pressure here on the Protoss.
You know, that's what he's got to do when he gets that stim, as you said earlier on, Tasteless.
Yeah.
This is the time where it's maybe before splash damage or before too much splash damage, and maybe he can get in there and do some damage.
He's going to move down now. He's right outside the entrance. And let's see if Protoss is actually prepared. The Reaper's going to put him out of position here.
Well, that Reaper, yeah, it does pull him back, but he throws down that Nexus Cannon, realizing that these units are out here. Now, will he try for a drop? Because there are 5 Phoenixes in that main base waiting for him to try this.
There's a high chance this is one of those moments where Terran will very likely pick up and go in there. I almost wonder, actually, if he should not have tagged the army there. Because tagging it like that, then the odds of him actually picking up are much slimmer.
Yeah, like you don't really want to try a drop while they're tagged. But, you know, the tag is worn out at this point. He has a Colossus, he has 6 Phoenixes. I wonder if he's actually going to, like, maybe go out and chase this army down now that he has the Colossus. Maybe wait for another warping round and go?
Yeah, he might want to do that. I mean, we have all those other gateways coming in here, too. They're about to be turned into warp gates, so he could have a really good reload of his army.
Yeah, and if he brings the Phoenixes in from the side, there's a possibility he can start picking off some medevacs, which is always nice. Oh, he got the rocks.
The rocks. Those were Squirtle's rocks, but not anymore. So he's warping in a few more units here, and I think you're right, Artosis. He might actually be coming in here. Zealot Lakes started. That was an excellent scan. You're always going to have an observer over your army in a situation like this.
Indeed. You know there's always one sitting there when they're going for Colossus Tech. They got to see when you're coming up the ramp, because, you know, if they don't see it to the last second, sometimes you get to snipe a few units.
Phoenix is here very hungry to get some medevacs. So far, Terran's not biting the bait, though.
Nope, not going for any drops. And you know what? I can appreciate this because... Oh, another nice tag. But I can appreciate this because, you know what? He knows that his opponent has a Stargate. There's a possibility of Phoenixes. But more importantly, this is something that we've talked about for a very, very long time in regards to TVP. If your opponent is turtling on 2 bases, your drops shouldn't be able to do any damage. They really shouldn't. If they do, you're pretty much better than your opponent, right? Like,
right.
He's sitting on 2 bases. He should be able to defend it all.
Terran will probably stay outside here. I don't think he's going to go attack in here, but he can stay outside here and contain the Protoss. This is going to let the Terran get that extra command center up and get a little bit of an economy lead.
You know, he also has his 2 starports pumping out quite a few Vikings and probably some additional medevacs coming up.
Oh my God!
Really good force fields there.
Huge force fields there.
I don't even
know why he attacked up into that.
That's really confusing for me. I don't understand
that was so
at all.
needless.
Like,
there was no
specific
timing
he
there.
Sat there with like a very similar amount of units the entire time, waited and waited and waited until there was more Protoss units, and then he's like, well, now I'm going to attack up the ramp. Now that I'm on 3 base and he's on 2, I want to make sure he has the unit lead. I don't get it, man. That was a really weird attack there.
And now Terrence chasing it back. Squirtle may have overstepped here. He's going to be now chased back. You know, for the time being, Heck might be able to afford making that mistake. You know, he does have that third base up. Squirtle does not have a third base. We don't see anything in the works for that either. And now he's going to continue to push up over here.
And look how many Vikings he's actually made. This was actually only one Colossus.
There's not really any anti-air here. I mean, there's no stalkers on the ground. He's got these sentries.
Yeah, but like he only had the one Colossus, right? It was like a one Colossus into high Templar tech to trick his opponent into making a whole bunch of Vikings.
Very effective.
Apparently worked. And I mean, yeah, they killed off some Phoenixes, but why would Squirtle really care right now, right?
He might be able to push him all the way back into his base. Okay, nice cancel there. Had he gotten any greedier and let that finish, he would have lost the War Prism.
Yeah.
Squirtle's got to do something pretty fast, though, man. I mean, right now we got a Hack sitting here at 161 supply on 3 bases. Squirtle's just now started constructing his third base, but it might just be too late.
Well, you know, this is a map where it's hard to take that third base. So,
it is.
I understand the lateness of it to a certain degree, and this is why Hack's supply is really getting so out of hand.
Hack's now chasing his opponent down. We see a counterattack here by Squirtle in an attempt to buy some time. But, you know, with Hack's supply so superior to his opponents, he can really cover everything at once.
Now, this is pretty tough, man. Like, he has enough units at home to stop any harassments. He has enough units over here. Look at this nice spread. Look at this nice kiting going on, and the good spreads are dodging these Psystorms very well.
He's going to continue to push him back here. The Immortal's going to come in very handy against these Marauders. I got to say, nice controller by Squirtle. This is not easy to get those Zealots to go forward and then get him back and have your whole army synced up. I mean, that's one of the harder parts about Protoss is the fact that everything's moving at a different speed when you really need everything to cover everything else during an engagement.
All right, so, I mean, what do you do here? You know, as Squirtle. He's mixing in some Immortals, quite a few in fact. This is kind of a newer style that we're seeing pop up here and there to help deal with these Marauders. But is that going to be enough? It looks like he's going for another smaller attack here at the third, and if Squirtle loses this, I mean, you can't win this from here, right?
I think this is a lost hope. I mean, what we've really seen here is Hack get ahead and then stay ahead in every way. I do not agree with that crazy attack over there at the front of Squirtle's base, but in the end it didn't matter. That's what happens when you're so far ahead. You actually have room to make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, imagine if he didn't do that and he didn't get tricked by the one Colossus. Like how much further ahead he would be right now. Like the game definitely would already be over. But as is, he's trying to kill off that Nexus right now. In the meantime, we do have Squirtle walking through a Widow Mine, losing his natural. He already lost his third base. It's 120 supply to 180.
It's 3 base versus 1 at this point in time.
This is a no-win situation, I think, for Squirtle.
Yeah, we should be seeing him tap out here shortly. I mean, Hack is just doing everything very clean. He's certainly staying ahead in every way possible. I like this little attack up here on the Templar Archive. See if he can't take that out.
In the meantime, we do have Squirtle trying to push forward here. He has a lot of Immortals left, but that's just about it. 5 Immortals in a Sentry. I don't know if that's going to be the winning composition.
I don't think so. Now we have Ghosts out with this. Just nicely done here by Hack. He's really played very well this game. He's showing us that if you can let him get into a standard, you know, expanded Terran, he's going to be in great shape. He's going to win. Really outclassing Squirtle here. I'm curious. GG, I'm curious if we're going to see Squirtle actually go for some other kind of aggressive cheese or all in or something like that.
Well, the last map is actually Way Station, so I don't know because it's that weird map where like you can either spawn kind of close or like super far away. So
it's a pretty cool map actually.
Yeah, it's cool that they've made a map like that.
We've never had a map like this.
It's like 2 maps in 1 map.
Yeah. Which makes for totally different games.
Mapception is going on here, Tasteless.
And if you die on this map, you die in real life. So we're going to go to that map shortly here. Yeah, I do like this map a lot, though. It's a lot of fun to see.
It's really interesting. I like the far spawns. Like, I think I haven't seen enough of the far spawn games. A lot of the ones
Wolf all the games I cast are not in the close spawn.
Yeah,
so.
Wolf and I were doing a lot of the close spawn games where it was like just immortal pushes going on. I don't know. I need to see the map more, and I need to definitely play on it a bit more.
I do like all the new maps we've brought in here. I think map circulation is just key for any game that's going to stay in esport and stay relevant.
On what you were saying before, I think that the maps are getting a little bit more wild now. You look at maps like Way Station, maps like Habitation Station.
Yeah, reincorporating the gold maps, for instance, that's been really exciting. I understand why we removed the gold maps for a little bit, because that was a little bit too much before the game. The metagame even had been cemented properly.
Daybreak and its series of clone maps really helped us to figure out how to play this game right?
Proper
it was just
Starcraft 2, but now I think it needs to get a little bit more wild. We need to spice it up a little bit.
I think it is getting a bit more wild. I could have sworn I saw a player in a cowboy hat the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's when you know the map pool is getting good.
That's when you know, man. We're going to go to game number 3 shortly here. This is being held online. The tournament, obviously the broadcast is being done online, but the tournament itself, the players are actually in the team houses. So once they're in the game and ready to go, we will start this. But
indeed,
definitely in a different kind of rhythm here today.
Yeah, definitely a different rhythm. Kind of sudden and all, but you know what?
Yeah.
I like it. It's like old school style.
It is, man. It's like back when we were casting Starcraft 1 in your house.
Yeah.
The good old days.
I don't know if they were the good old days.
The poor old days.
The old days.
The old days.
In the
Before
old
we had
days.
made this into something.
Yeah.
But, well, whenever the players are ready, we're just going to throw the game up and go right into it. Who do you think is going to win here? I still think Squirtle's got a good chance.
Yeah, I think Hack way outplayed him that game, even though he made some mistakes. But I feel like the map, I feel like Hack actually so far has played this merry-go-round better than I've seen another Terran play it against Protoss. So I think that was like really well done. The thing is, Way Station, it matters on starting locations, and it's a weird map. I don't really get it yet, so I'm not really sure who's going to win. But I'm leaning towards Squirtle here.
I'm just basing this off